Wow, we have to sit really far away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we are good to go. Let's see here.
Oh, I know.
Yes, we are. Yay. All right, all right, all right. This is date night with the Crystal Matchmakers.
Crystal Matchmaker number one, and here is.
And the other
I'm number two,
match.
actually. This is always number one.
I see. I'm telling you, Alka, you got a good one. I am here with Alka and Mark, the Crystal Matchmakers. And I'm the Vibrant. I'm Joelle. This is our date night where we have a hot time in the city. Okay. This is my time to go ham with my crystals, to get all kinds of good knowledge and bring home new family members. And Mark and Alka, I'm so glad to see you because a lot has transpired since our last connection. You've been thousands of miles away. I don't know how many countries you went into, and I can't imagine how many packages you shipped back here full of beautiful goodies. But I'm very excited about tonight, and I have to say to our audience of people, we've got folks in the comments. What are they saying? Okay, hey, a good husband.
That's a good start to the show.
And so I have to say, you're the only people I trust to set me up on a blind date. Okay. And I know that you all probably have some little things that you're like, oh, we're going to get Joelle matched up with this tonight. So I'm very excited tonight. Hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for the fantastic testimonial. It's a great testimonial if I ever heard one.
Well, let me tell you, I have some more testimonials. I'm going to just set it off here with some previous matches, if you'll indulge me for a few minutes to show everybody that I am well matched. I have my harmonizers. I have my char white, which if you all don't know about char white harmonizers, I've got my sunstone, of course, my shungite. I've got like 2 others. And I know you have some new ones, so we're going to bookmark to get to that. I know one of the folks who's in the chat tonight already got matched up with one of those immediately as soon as they saw the pictures. I also brought out my Garnierite. I wanted to come out again for tonight's show. So
it comes out really well on camera.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I mean, it stays present. A lot of times she's in the bed, rolling around in the covers, but definitely she stays close to me and wanted to come today. I have my rhodochrosite. I'm pulling out my big guns, right? My rhodochrosite. It's beautiful.
Such a gorgeous piece, yeah.
And
Larimar.
And of course, I do have my beautiful here.
Yes.
Ammonite that I got last time for our matchmaker.
Phosphociterite inlay, yeah.
And I saw another one in your display. I said, oh, you're just really tempting me to have like bookends or something. So, and I have to share with you. So when I got this the spiral, ammonite spiral from you, it gave me permission to do something different with the previous ammonite that I had got from you. And I sent it off to a dear sister friend at Well Gems, and she wire wrapped the ammonite for me.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's gorgeous.
And she put a labradorite and Larimar. Was it Lair? Or moonstone? I can't remember which, but they were little pieces that I had that I was like, if you can do something with it, if you can't, let me know.
She's done a beautiful job. Beautiful.
Her wrapping. Well, first of all, I mean,
wow,
absolutely amazing. But I was only willing to let it go from handing, from touching and, being with the crystal when I got another ammonite spiral to replace it.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
freed me up to do it. So for any person who is like, both of these were like beautiful investments because I invested in the handcraft, but I invested in the beautiful stone first because it speaks so much to me. The ammonite speaks about sound and truthful expression. And so I don't know exactly what the labradorite and the either Larimar and Moonstone do with it, but I respect her craft. And so if anyone, I'm really considering, I'm very much considering, I might have to get another piece of Larimar so that I can get this Larimar, go ahead and get it wrapped up some
Wrapped as
way.
well.
But this is just magnificent. I mean, and I'm so proud to be able to say, oh, Crystal Matchmakers, in Belgium. So thank you, everyone.
Oh,
Take your date
beautiful.
out after you bring it home, get it spiffed up a little bit more, something to amplify his energy. I love being able to do this and date night with Crystal Matchmakers and the things that you've shown me and I've been able to get with you all in terms of bringing home has really, really grounded my energetic practices with a lot of beautiful crystal allies. So
Oh, we're so
really
glad, so glad. That's one dressed up date you have there, that ammonite.
that is, I mean, beautiful, right? So, hello everyone in the chat. We got Cree calling in. We got Tanya in the chat room. Thank you, everyone. So, all right, like, where have you been and what have you been doing in Crystal Land?
How much
Crystal
time
Land,
you
but
don't
I had to
have.
narrow it down
Easier
to
to ask
Crystal
where we
Land.
haven't been.
So since we had our last date, I think we had our last date after we did Denver last year, I think.
I think we had one in January or February. We've had one this year.
We had
Yeah.
a dragon. No, we spoke about dragon
the
and
year
the
the
Lunar
dragon.
New Year this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since then, we've acquired a lot of pieces from different parts of the world. We've acquired raw material from parts of the world, and we've got them carved into new types of harmonizers, which we'll talk about. We went on a holiday to my home country, Singapore, and then did a side trip to Bali, Indonesia, where we picked up a couple of pieces from Indonesia as well, like grape agate, which comes from that region. So we can talk about grape agate. Grape agate.
agate,
Sorry,
yeah.
yes, sorry, because I'm thinking amethyst. Amethyst has been on my mind a lot lately. And we've acquired some unique amethyst pieces with hematite and carved them into harmonizers. So that's very, very special. And we're getting ready to go to another gem show next week.
Next week.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
In Franklin.
Oh, okay. Frankfurt already. It's like, it doesn't seem like time is passing, but then you guys will mention like an annual or biannual show, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. You're so right.
Coming and going very fast.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like time is rushing, but it's May. It's May.
Mm-hmm. So what is the state of the international crystal like market? Like, when you're shopping abroad, like, what did you encounter? Is there any concerns? Like, what's the word on the streets in Crystal Land?
So the most concern is what's that word I'm looking for, Mark? Is not sustainability, but reliability in terms of how many hands crystals have passed, and for
Just to make sure that they're ethically mined and sourced.
And that they've been treated. Yes, I guess ethically is the word. They've been treated well, and that they come from good sources. There's a lot going on in the China industry right now. It almost feels like China is being overmined, and the crystals are being overprocessed from China. There is a lot of new crystals coming out in the market that are man-made or lab-grown, that are being sold as from the earth and natural.
Yeah, so there are a lot of synthetics flooding the market, which is
I was
quite
wondering
unfortunate.
about
A lot of things that are mass-produced, but there have also been a lot of new crystal discoveries, a lot of rare minerals that are kind of making the circuit, so to speak, right now, and that you are now finding at shows that you would never have found them in years past. So
that's a good
there
thing,
are interesting things
right?
that we're looking to acquire. So there are some really good developments and some not so good developments.
Yeah, and the thing about all of this, Joel, is again, everybody, almost everyone's looking for a deal, right? And so are we. But we've kind of decided, and we're kind of in the bend of we'd rather get from vendors we know, reliable sources. We know that they're mined properly and ethically, and then they're carved lovingly and properly as well, most by hand than machine done. And so we're willing to, I mean, we've made a promise this year in Franklin, in Denver as well, when we go later in the year, that we're gonna not go for those bulk big piece or those bulk, pieces that they're just churned out. We want to go for individually mined, individually carved, smaller vendors, and those we know that have not changed hands as much as. So your
As an
example, your
example,
ammonite.
this was hand inlaid,
Yes.
and you
So-
knew where it went, when it
We
came
know
back.
exactly where the raw material came from. The raw material came from Peru for the phosphidorite inside. Our suppliers, our vendors are based in Sedona, Arizona, but they have a factory in Bali, Indonesia. And these are carved and made in Bali, are checked, and then sent over to Sedona. So we kind of know the exact track of each. As
Provenance would
not-
be the word
yeah.
they use in the art world, is the provenance of the piece is clear.
Yeah.
Because you don't
Exactly.
want to get a stolen art, so the provenance on your crystals is important.
Because exactly. And for me, as you know, when I've worked energetically with my crystals, the geography of the crystals matters a lot to me, because I feel the geography, the landscape, the energy of the land it comes from matters to the energy of the crystal that you're working with, right? The energy of the crystals from Russia are hugely diverse as compared to Brazil or Mexico or Peru or Madagascar or India or China. It's really vastly different. And even if you look at crystals that come from North India, Pakistan, the mountains over there, Afghanistan, and then you go to southern India, Camerarite is one of the crystals that come from southern India, also come from Russia. But the quality that comes from southern India, its energy, its feeling is a lot more grounded. It's a lot more earthy than the energy of those crystals that come from Pakistan and Afghanistan, which is about etherealness, the mountains, very ethereal energy, very, very light. It's all about connection to divine source. You look at Camerarite, it's connection of the heart to the earth. So it makes a difference. It makes a difference where it's from, which part of the country it's from as well. So that's why it's so important for us to know where our raw material comes from.
Can you spell the name of the crystal that you just said? Camerarite?
He's my spelling bee guy.
Camerarite
I'll bring
is Kammererite.
Camerarite.
Yeah, because the geologist who discovered it was Alexander Kammerer. He was Russian geologist, Russian scientist, and I don't know, the 1830s or so.
Okay.
So it's named after Kammerer.
So it's not new.
No, it's not new, but it's mined in often remote areas.
Gosh.
So you can find it, but it's
So it's a dark. Is that
still
like
fairly
a
rare.
deeply
It's
gray
dark,
black?
plum reddish purple, but it comes in this color as well,
Oh,
which has got some elements of serpentine in it. But the purple plum colors, that's the Camerarite.
okay. And so these you said are from Russia?
These are from southern India.
Oh, southern India. Okay.
But it's found in Russia as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's found in Russia, but our pieces come from southern India, and we're in love with that energy. So if you feel that energy, it's really all about the connection of the Alta Vista Major to the third eye, but grounding that energy into the earth as well. So you remain grounded in that connection, in receiving the wisdom.
Okay. That's very beautiful. I don't think
Yes.
I've seen anything that shape here in any of our showcases, but it reminds me of what massage therapists
This
use.
Yeah,
is-
this is a massage
Body
wand.
workers. It's a massage one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
massage wand. So I love using massage wands to just, kind of direct
Move energy
Yeah.
through. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how would you so the grounding energy, are you like releasing stuff off you as you're using
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So I do use it as well when I get a headache, right? It's just, I tend to use, when I get headaches, I tend to use my purple stones a lot, my purple indigo stones a lot. And then, so I'm using it, and then it's okay. So then releasing that energy out, releasing it into the earth. Yeah.
And is that one a flat base or is it both curved
I
on
can
both?
use both. I can use
Okay,
both.
it's rounded on both ends.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, you guys do like very thoughtful shapes in terms of, purposeful shapes, whether
Yeah.
if they're carved. You've got your chart, your harmonizers, you've got many animal allies in crystal from that big yellow bear keeps looking at me from the ledge like, hey. He's back there, but I know
Yes,
he's
he is.
behind you.
There he is. There he is.
So
He's a little shy, so he's kind of hiding his face.
I'll bring
yeah,
that.
we got some good comments here. Yes, gorgeous. Now, okay. I know that Tanya got a charger and I can't remember which type it was, but yes, yeah, Zuni
We'll just
Bear.
distract everyone.
Momentary pause.
This,
Honeycomb calcite.
this is a Zuni bear. It's honeycomb calcite from Utah.
All right, and
Look
so
at that.
what's a bear? What's that kind of bear? Why is it that bear? Like, what's
A Zuni bear is a traditional shamanic medicine bear used in Native American culture. What we normally do is, what I normally make with these is I'll make a medicine bundle when we sell it, so that you have a medicine bundle with that. But then the Zuni bear is all about protection. So it's your totem. It's your spirit guide. It's your totem. Of course, you're not carrying him everywhere you go, although he's so cute, you may just want to. But I promise you, he's heavy.
yeah, I would say if I broke the bear, I'd be just devastated.
But he would fit so well in a home, as home decor, but disguised as home decor, but really about protection, providing bear medicine to your home, which is about comfort, which is about safety, which is about all of those core values in your life. So so that's orange calcite, and orange
Okay.
calcite's about energy.
That's what I was
Honeycomb
wondering
calcite.
about, the combination of the bear and the form and the material,
The
the
material.
combination of the two. So
Yeah.
that you said it's not which calcite?
Honeycomb calcite.
Honeycomb calcite. So
Honeycomb,
the
yeah.
properties of that are, and
The
you can see it on the back, the honeycomb kind of like,
Mhm.
yes, yeah.
It's very prominent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
See,
you.
we've got the lighting right for the crystals now.
Yeah.
I'm just getting used to the camera now. Where's the camera?
The lighting is great. Yes, that is beautiful. I love that one. You have others. That's the thing about, okay, when you have a purveyor or a personal relationship or the opportunity to shop with someone like yourself, if I tell you my animal totem is porpoises and dolphins, then when you're at the show, you'll, say, I think she'd like this, and then, or bring home something very specific.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I would love to have that beautiful plate that was your gift that was in your background up there.
What plate?
Yes, I would love to have that. So, but you have, for those who see something that you don't have, but they've had it before, you could put in an email, send a request, message, and
Yes.
say, hey, can we go ahead and get me one of those next time you
Absolutely,
see it?
it's filling in your dating profile, right? So
Yeah.
this is your dating profile. Fill it in, what you like, what you don't like. And I mean, before we became the Crystal Matchmakers, I used to do personal crystal shopping for people. They'd give me a list, and I'd go to the shows and I'd source it for them. So absolutely, they said, you want a honeycomb calcite dolphin. It doesn't exist, but we can talk to our carvers who did this and say, could we get the raw material to do a dolphin? That would be highly unusual. Actually,
Yes, it
maybe we
really
will
would.
get one.
I've
So
seen
yeah,
one in
so
like a
absolutely
Caribbean
fill in
cow.
your dating profile.
Right.
Send us your
Hey,
dating profile, and we'll keep put it on our list.
what do you say? I'm crystal sexual. It doesn't matter as long as it sparkles.
Exactly. Well, so yeah,
Mhm.
sparkles is a category. Absolutely.
I'm trying to see if I could put your little my little ticker up here for you. Here we go. For people who want to be able to contact you to fill out a dating profile. Um, and I have to say that, amethyst is a dime a dozen, right? There's no reason why you can't have abundant quantities of really good quality, cheap crystals like the quartzes, the amethysts that are common, like shungite, hematite, little pieces like that. There's no reason a person should not be able to really put in an order and say, I need a protection kit. Send me, your little under $30, throw me some tumbled stones together, or
Mhm.
even a crystal grid like you have your grandfather celestial. Like, if for a person who wants to grid your home with a big piece, to be able to put together that kind of kit too. So there's
Absolutely.
something for everyone, but
Everyone.
you ask to receive the match,
Yeah.
for what you need at the time. And Spirit facilitates bringing that partner home with you to do it. So I
The
don't want people to get
crystals,
intimidated by, oh my gosh, that must
yeah, no.
be expensive. It can happen to where you have decor level major pieces that are still energetic medicine for you in your
For
home.
you.
It's definitely
Yeah.
possible.
So yeah, so I mean, you know this about us as well, Joelle. When we do shop for people, we say their names and we tell the crystals. If you're meant to go to someone's house, you will. You will be affordable. You will be the perfect piece. You will when you need to enter that person's life, you will be the perfect everything for this person. It's either they'll come into an influx of money or, the ability to afford, or we'll find a piece in the, like we did with Grandfather Celestial. He was lying in the warehouse for 20 years.
Mhm.
They decided to bring him without even knowing, what he's worth. And if anyone will take him, he was in a corner and we got him for an amazing price. But I
Mhm.
know that he was meant to stay home with us. He
Oh,
was meant to be our piece, right?
yes.
And you know how entertaining and chatty he is. And this year we're gonna find him a match this year. He's been calling for rose quartz. Last year we almost found a
Ooh.
piece, and I picked it up. I put it to show Mark, and then
Somebody
someone
grabbed it at the last
grabbed
minute.
it while I went. So not meant to be.
Not
So
meant to be.
this
But there
year,
will be another one, I'm
yeah,
sure.
this year
So,
we will
You
find
must be
one.
moving to a bigger living room because he takes up a lot of
The
space.
space. Well, he's taken up by the
Yes.
fireplace for 6 months now, and he's really happy there.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
And
enjoys
there's
staying warm and toasty.
yeah,
So.
and there's a nice spot beside him for a beautiful rose
To
quartz
be
with a
honest.
beautiful energy. So you were asking about Tanya and what
Yes.
she picked up. Well, Mark, if
Such
you
a
want to talk
pretty
about talk
soft
about
color.
rhodonite, go ahead. You can pick this one.
Rhodonite.
One. Where's it? Ah, here we go.
So this is rhodonite. The raw material comes from Peru. We found that the energy of the Peruvian rhodonite is just beautiful. It's from the Andes Mountains, so it has that strong mountain energy, but it is all heart. This is one of the most wonderful heart stones. And so our vendor acquired this material directly from Peru and showed the raw material to us, and we said, yes, harmonizers. We want harmonizers of this beautiful, beautiful material. So yes, Tanya, yours has been set aside for you, and we'll get it off mailed off to you as soon as we can. And
It's such a pretty. It's the shade of pink being. It's so soft, like
it is
cotton candy pink.
it is extremely soft. And
Yes.
you know what I like about it? Those who really, there are people out there who just don't like pink, and it's not that this is that pink or that soft and that girly. It's got this black, and it's, got these patches of gray and white. So from an aesthetic looking piece, it's a beautiful stone. And then from an energetic perspective, it just carries this lovely, lovely energy at the same time, again, keeping us really grounded to the truth of, who we are, what what is missing in our lives from a heart perspective. When we're looking for, we're feeding ourselves, or we're moving from one addiction to another to fulfill something that we need in our life, rhodonite will actually tell you, will fulfill that part of your heart space. So she's actually really beautiful. I find undervalued. But then I'm finding that about a lot of our crystals that we can actually get pretty easily is, the how some crystals are just set aside and undervalued, like amethyst, like fluorite, a lot of crystals out there, clear quartz, all of it. We'll talk about amethyst in a bit and how we acquire the different pieces of amethyst. But just going back to, so Tanya, yes, soft, really beautiful, really. Yours is waiting for you.
The harmonizers, that's one thing that I find as a very good functional thing.
Yes.
Like the shape of it, especially if you're a fidget, it's better than a fidget spinner, because I forget, is was this sunstone?
That's sunstone, yeah.
Sunstone,
Okay,
yes.
I thought so. It's looking a little pinkish right now, but I thought it was a little more gold. But instead of fidgeting, I hold these. And then, of course, it's calming, because then I don't fidget, because I'm grounded with the shungite.
Yeah.
If any fidgeting, I just am kind of switching hands every few minutes. But I keep them on a tray on my coffee table. So if you're watching TV and chilling or whatever, throw a harmonizer in your lap, hold one in your hand, and people are like, this is, when they visit, they're like, this is great.
Exactly.
I don't know what they're getting when they get it, but I'm like, whatever I think I have maybe 6 different harmonizers right now, including my big selenite. But you, at this point, would you estimate how many different crystal types of harmonizers you have right now?
Right now, probably about over 20.
That I was gonna say, it had to
I'd
be
Yeah.
bumping
More
20
than-
to 30
20,
or something,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you all are
Between 20
like
and
the
25.
biggest, and you have a relationship that enables you to be able to request these, because
Yeah.
you're not
And
just
we have new ones coming
somebody with
still.
a
in the
big
next few
box of them. They're
Yeah.
cutting these for you.
Oh, only
And
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've put full faith in us, because we said we want to be the premier supplier of these, and so they said, okay, based on faith, so they make these for us, and they don't advertise or sell it to any of their other.
They carve them and we buy the whole lot.
Yeah. That's what that's with the charoite. Those were really hard to get at the time. Like right after I bought this one from you, and then people were like, where did you get that? And you only had, I think, like 3 more at the time, and then it took a few months for you to.
And in full disclosure, though, the charoite and the shungite
They come from a different supplier.
They come from a different supplier who specializes in these, coming from Russia.
Yeah,
so they're a lot more readily. In fact, in Denver, there was so many last year of the charoite. The prices have gone up, of course, because there's more demand. But the charoite and the shungites are available And so a lot more a lot more retailers have those. It's all these other
But
ones.
the other ones are hand carved for us.
They're made just for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm going to go ahead and put in my match for one of those little harmonizers like Tanya's getting. So that's the one I'm taking home. She had a specific.
Which one?
The one in my
Okay.
hand, the one in my
Okay.
hand, because she's got quite a bit of character
Yeah.
in her. Yeah.
Oh,
It caught her eye. I don't know if she
Yeah.
could chime in. She was like, that one. We were like blowing up your phone before your crystal showcase because you mistakenly sent me a preview. And I was like, oh, a preview. Bing, 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 bing.
there was no mistake about it.
No, well, to be honest, I was just so proud of this setup because that orange, you know, the orange on our blue console, the orange looked so beautiful, and then with that plate, it was just perfect. So I was so proud of it. And so let me send it to Joelle, and little did I realize, ooh, how attractive was that?
Oh, it worked. It worked. I was like, I'll take behind door number one. And that's in the little video. If you're out on Instagram, then, you know, it's in the clip that's out there, the beautiful run through. So you can go look at it and check it out. If there's something you see, stop the video and take a screenshot and email it to the Crystal Matchmakers. Let me see if I can get your little how to contact you up again here.
It's just the Crystal Matchmakers at Gmail. Yeah.
And also in your Etsy, is your Etsy store got some new goodies in it?
Yeah.
Yes, we have the rhodonite harmonizers on the Etsy store, as well as many others, including one that we're about to show.
I was saying,
And
okay,
that's
so
this
So-
one right here.
Okay, so this is amethyst,
is that shaped
And-
like a
and ta-da! This is a harmonizer. So it is shaped like a harmonizer. It is amethyst with hematite.
wow. Holy moly.
Exactly. Holy moly. These are not found anywhere, especially in this formation. And
That
just,
is-
you can see the red hematite. It's just, and the energy when you hold this. I mean, it's just something else. So Mark took photographs of a few, and then we posted it on Etsy. And I think a couple have already sold,
Yeah, a couple
isn't
have
it?
sold, yeah.
I'm gonna pull up your page while we're shopping, while we're showcasing. So it almost looked like a Easter Island statue
Yes.
to
Yes.
me when
Yes.
I
Yes.
first saw it there. Let's see if I can share my
Amy,
screen.
absolutely. We all need rhodonite. You're absolutely right, Amy.
Oh,
Yeah, it absolutely does. And it's got quartz, it's got hematite, and then of course, I mean the
They look absolutely
amethyst.
gorgeous in the sun.
okay, I think I got it here.
And then you can see the chevron of the amethyst. So yeah,
Is
absolutely.
it showing up okay?
That's one of them.
Oh my gosh. I
And
love
no two pieces are alike. This is the other thing.
Yes.
No two pieces of these are alike. I mean, and it was just happenstance.
Look how rich that
yeah,
color is.
exactly. And yeah, so you this piece that I have is kind of looks like that too.
You can
and
really
he-
see the sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
you can
no,
really see
absolutely.
the purple and the red in this. I don't know if it's making
Oh,
it
yeah.
bigger.
That's
That is amazing.
It
Okay,
is
so it's amethyst.
and
Is this one
hematite.
still available? Look at that heart.
That one has sold, and we're
Okay, wait. Let me go back to the other ones then and see what we have here. I don't know if it's changing with me or not. Is it?
Well, if you go to select
Yeah.
an option, you'll see which one's still available.
Okay. Is this one showing? Oh, you got a little video on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's another one, the other listing.
So our supplier sent me pictures of the raw material, and I said, "Wow, this is such a beautiful." I mean, the energy was just coming out at me in the photographs and the video, and I said, "The energy of this." And so I asked, "Can we do some harmonizers with this?" And he said, "Yep, let me test one out and see if it works, and then we'll. So we've got more coming in. We've got more.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place. Let me see if I can fix my little situation here. We dropped back into. Okay. Hello, technology. Wow, that is just beautiful.
See the one that Mark.
Mhm.
Oh, so this is what Mark was holding on to. But you can see this one has druzy sparkles in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just no two pieces. Oh, no two pieces are alike. They're just all that sparkle.
That is so. The red is what again?
Hematite.
The
Hematite.
hematite. So I thought hematite was generally like a shiny silver black kind of.
That's because that comes in its that form, but the origin of hematite, because of its composition,
It's
it
the
appears
iron content.
it's iron, yeah. So it appears red when it hits. So when it hits quartz, it appears red. And so this hematite comes up as very nurturing, very, and I think, Joelle, you know my history with hematite as well, right? I never used to touch hematite because I used to feel, oops, my roots would go into the ground and I'd be way too grounded. And as an earth sign, that made me even more uncomfortable. So, but then when I really sat to work with hematite, I learned of her nurturing, that earth mother, that earth goddess energy. And so this amethyst comes with that earth goddess energy, so very feminine, yet a huge balance because it comes with the chevron amethyst, right? Which is amethyst with quartz, with clear quartz. So that balance of that connection you get with amethyst. Amethyst is very protecting. So then you're thinking of, protection and then goddess energy on top of that. So these pieces have huge goddess energy in them, huge goddess energy.
And it's grounding as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Great energy to go with a book like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello for the cosmic goddess mother energy.
This
And it's
amethyst
Taurus season. Is it Taurus season? Are we in Taurus night? Yeah,
we're in Taurus. Yeah.
Taurus.
No, my season.
Yeah, I would say that's a good Taurus stone then, right? Like the grounded mother nurturing energy.
Actually, funny, the rhodonite, this are absolute stones for the month, absolute stones for Taurus. Plus, I always have kunzite and emerald with me because I feel those two are my stones. But I've been working a lot with green tourmaline as well. We've got green tourmaline harmonizers as well. And the green tourmaline is pure tourmaline without the matrix. Let me get the one that I
What's
have.
the
Mark,
difference
Mark will show
between
you
the
this, but
green
let me
and
show you another.
So what's the difference in
Here.
the green and the black tourmaline? Because black tourmaline is like one of the most protective, negative energy repelling stones there is.
Correct.
That's
Green tourmaline also has the same protective and negative energy transmuting qualities, but it also has a very strong healing effect, including healing from past trauma, emotional wounds.
So the protection of the green tourmaline is the protection of the body. Green tourmaline takes out toxicity. So I always recommend green tourmaline for people suffering from autoimmune, from lupus, cancer. I mean, with the vaccines, people who had to take the vaccines, but to work with green tourmaline and emerald to remove the toxins that are not good from your body. And if you look at these green tourmaline we have, it is pure tourmaline without matrix. You often find tourmaline on the white matrix, but what he managed to get for us was the pure green tourmaline, and he carved these, and these are not cracks, but they're the vugs that you find in crystals naturally, and you can see that,
I love that about it, that it's like
you're
you can
touching,
feel it just went down into something and plugged it, like kind of situation. I mean, the harmonizer things, I can't stress enough to people, like throw it in your purse, throw it in your pocket, keep it handy so it could be in your hand.
So I'll give you an example. I've had kind of a spate of, my body is trying to adjust to my new schedule, to the new ways of, doing things. And so there's been a lack of focus challenge. So what I did was I used a lapis for focus in my left hand, which is my receiving hand, and I did green tourmaline in my right hand. Okay. And so using harmonizers, the best way is to sit with your feet on the ground and hold them on your knee. So with the lapis providing me that energy of focus and taking out all the toxins out of my body that's causing me to feel sleepy, tired, lethargic, into the green tourmaline, because that's what the green tourmaline does. It pulls out the toxins. And this is an example of how you would work with harmonizers, and how I feel that harmonizers are so impactful in our life, are so, it's so actionable in our lives. It's so we can execute healing ourselves at home with the harmonizers. So it's just an example of working with the harmonizers. Like you said, Joelle, you have a tray of harmonizers and people come,
Pick your own.
work with them.
Yeah.
And they leave feeling amazing. And it's, every time we go to Joelle's house, we feel amazing,
Yes.
So, and that's why we are kind of very focused on harmonizers and the shapes and the kinds of crystals that will help people provide healing. And just as you said, everyday life, right? Live in your everyday life and be a part of that everyday life.
See, I was thinking everyday life. I have crystals by my work for the work, regular 3D work station. I've got some crystals handy to just help stabilize for when we do staff meetings. So there's some interesting energies with all the eclipses and changes happening. So I find it helpful. It's like when you're fidgeting with other things, it's because part of your consciousness is doing this so that you can absorb here.
Yeah.
So if you're doing this, clearing, grounding, dropping, then this is even clearer.
Yes.
While you're in there, and then you're giving the support. Like my selenite one that I have from you all is a big round. It's, and these are varying circumferences. Some of yours are smaller, big, medium. You can really choose a selection, but to be able to just have this as a secret weapon, transmuting energies while you're dealing with whatever stressful situations you're encountering.
Exactly. And that's exactly it. It's transmuting energy as well, because we find another thing with this green tourmaline is if there's someone in your life that's really bothering you, right? You want to talk about that person, but at the same time, you don't want to feel that, I'm gossiping or, I'm putting this negativity
you're
out there.
Right now, Alka.
Yeah. So again, I hold the green tourmaline and I say, okay, let that toxicity between me and that person just you use the right word, transmute into this energy, into the green tourmaline, and then let it transfer into this positive energy that all you want to end up is, just sending good energy to that person, right? Good vibes to that person, however much you feel about them, or however much you feel they've wronged you, because it all starts with you, right? It all starts with us at the end of the day. So we have to just heal our thoughts and our patterns and our health and us before we can just go out in the world and spread everything, all the love and all the care and attention we want to spread.
Telling you, you're talking to me right now and everybody else. So I love that too, because the crystal that you need is matched with you in the time that you need it. So if this is speaking to you at whatever time you see this video, please circle back around and go ahead and bring one home. I'm going to have to think more about my order. So because of that. Okay, so amethyst, we bookmarked earlier. I'm trying to get through everything before we get to our last 15 minutes here. Okay, I have an amethyst from you that is a very small pointed amethyst, but it's not from here. It's from some other country. And
Is it
South
like
Africa.
that?
Oh, it's not nearly that big. It was little. But I got it at your last showcase.
Oh,
And
okay.
So was it
It's
the
this
test
I
it's
want to
the
say it's
it's the
Bolivian or
Uruguayan.
Argentinian or you're
Ur-
something like that.
Uruguay. It's from Uruguay.
Okay.
So the amethyst again from most of the amethysts come from Brazil or Mexico. And Africa. The Uruguayan amethyst, because the deposit is not as vast as all of these places, they are mined a lot more carefully. Their energy is immensely strong with regards to the connection of your altar vista to divine wisdom.
Yes.
It's also amazingly impactful for at night when you dream, because now with everything going on, there is the very real possibility we get lost in our dreams and we go to different dimensions in our dreams. The soul gets so enraptured in those stories and the dreams sometimes, it takes its time to come back. Sleeping with amethyst, especially Uruguayan amethyst, will have your soul know and recognize, okay, this is my body I need to come back to.
That's why I think I got it. You were prescribing it, I think, at the time because
Yeah.
I was having a lot of dimensional experiences in my dream time, and I was sleeping with the wrong crystal under my pillow, and you were like, hello.
No.
Try this. And then also because I wanted to like channel and like connect to, you know, that consciousness. I think that's
Yeah.
why I have it. But it's a very dainty and delicate, but it's purple in one end and it gets clearer as it gets to
Yes,
the end. But it's
we know
very
which piece it is. Yeah, we know which piece it is. Yeah,
beautiful
it came
energy.
from the same batch as this one.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah, it's just. And the other thing with amethyst, I know everyone talks about crystal gazing and clear quartz. Amethyst to me, because of its rich dark color, especially the Uruguayan, it to me it's so much more. If I can't focus on meditation, it takes me in. I'm already drawn into this one, really, really drawn into this one.
Now, for a person who wanted to embody a crystal grid and have a piece like that, would that be a good, like, what kind of grid would something like that amethyst you just held up center?
You would use it in the center, and then you could use any other. I would use clear quartz around it,
Okay.
and some rose quartz as well, small pieces for a divine connection and divine communication grid. That would be really good. So if you're meditating, it'd be nice to have the grid with the amethyst in the center, with clear quartz so that it amplifies the energy of the amethyst, and then the rose quartz so that your communication that you get, the meditation or the journey you're taking, you receive loving messages. Because if it's your first few times that you're doing this, what's really valuable is that you receive the communication with love, as opposed to sometimes people get very jarred with the messages that they get, and then it impacts the heart and the emotions. So rose quartz just helps with that. Did you want to add anything to that from your experience with amethyst?
Well, amethyst actually, to me, it also has a mental fog shedding effect. I get kind of a sense of relaxation and serenity, but at the same time of mental clarity, where I can think, solve problems, make decisions, and feel as if the process is flowing very smoothly without it being kind of too much of a burden on my faculties. So that's another thing that I think amethyst is good for, is mental clarity and removal of mental fog. So
I feel like it's a really good filter. Like it's a transmutive filter. Like it's just like a mesh. Like if once things flow through it, they're either released or grieved or transmuted or higher, and what you're left with then is the weight of the real thing versus it's kind of like it's up in the clouds, but it helps you release things to the clouds.
No, actually that's a really good point. The other helpful thing is when I do my meditations with groups, especially to highlight their intuition, I always do a amethyst cave meditation, or sometimes even going into the amethyst. So yeah, so to what Mark said, amethyst is that clarity, right? Speaking of clarity, this is
Oh,
amethyst as well. It's from Veracruz,
that's what I have.
Mexico.
I have a Veracruz
The
one.
You have a
Veracruz
I have a
amethyst,
Veracruz.
yeah.
Veracruz one. Yes, got
Okay.
pale purple. That beautiful
Yeah.
um, pale purple. Okay, you said this is the which amethyst?
Veracruz.
Veracruz. Yeah, because it has the I probably have more than one because I've gotten the one with the rough end, but the other one has
Yeah.
that little, the other one has a little side crystal.
Yep. Yeah. It's
A
probably
little one. It's not as big as that one. It's a little bitty
little
side. I don't
one.
know what the
This
side thing is called, but
we love the ones with the side with the additional point.
that's
Um,
pretty with the different even crystallization. Looks a little
yeah.
brown on
See, it's got this golden as
that.
well.
Mhm.
This one's, gosh, it's just so beautiful and amazing.
And these are
So
not treated to do this like you would find with the aqua ore or anything.
not at
This
all.
is
No,
just the
not
natural.
treated at all.
This is mined as is. Veracruz amethyst is like the Herkimer, like how Herkimer diamonds are to quartz, the clarity, the amplification powers. So Veracruz is to amethyst what Herkimer is to clear quartz.
Okay.
So with Veracruz amethyst, again, it's really around amplification. It's really around the quality of the pureness of that, or the purity of that energy that you want when you're connecting. The thing with Veracruz is it's so clear in the connection to source, to divine, to universe. When you work with it, keep a hematite or something grounding close enough to you because it takes you on that high.
Mm,
So forget about taking anything to get a high. Veracruz gives you that
do that.
high, that high that you desire to for your
Go
connection.
elevate.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, your class of Learn Crystals, are you intaking? Do you have a
Yes.
new one going? Like, what's the schedule?
Yeah, so we just got a few schedule things to sort out, but the first class is probably going to come out in June, and I'm still deciding what form that takes. I want to do an in-person because with an in-person, there's always show and tell, and then we get to bring different pieces, and everyone gets to touch and actually feel what we talk about in classes. But then for those who are not based here in Atlanta, I'd like to do one over Zoom as well. So we're probably going to start in the summer, in June, and then continue the series till the end of the year.
Okay, okay, we're gonna keep watch for that,
Yes,
and
I
we'll
will.
share
Yes, I will
the
let
link.
you know
We'll
for
put it in the
sure.
show notes for the few, Crystal Matchmakers past and present, so that people, if they're tuning in, can join you.
Yeah.
And I definitely have been around the fringes of it. I'm gonna look at the schedule that comes out. Now a person who actually wants to connect with you in person doesn't have to wait for a crystal showcase. Now you have office hours,
Yes, we
and
do.
I'm assuming that crystal work is some of the services that you provide in addition to all the other things you're doing. But don't think that you can't have a crystal healing session by reaching out to you, right?
Absolutely. So yes, so I keep office hours now. I do crystal healing. I do crystal consultations. Most of our clients come and say, okay, I've got this box of crystals, no idea what they are. Can we do crystal identification? So we do crystal identification for people. We do crystal prescriptions for people as well. So we energetically feel out. Of course, we have a conversation and then energetically feel out what you need, what's going on in your life, talk about where you want to get to, and then we recommend what crystals would suit you for that purpose. Oftentimes, either we have it, or if we don't have it, we have recommended friends that also, deal with crystals that we love recommending as well, who, like us, source ethically and just love working with their crystals.
So for people who want to contact you, then is it Shaman in the City or the Crystal Maker? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter either way. So your Etsy's a little hard to communicate directly with you. So if you just, Shaman in the City, it's not in, is just in. Let me see if I can go ahead and type that out here.
Thank you, Joelle, for doing that.
Shaman in the City at gmail.com. I think I did it right. Let's see here. Did I put
Yes, that is correct. That's correct.
So yeah, Shaman in the City.
In the City, yeah.
Yes. And also we have the Crystal Matchmakers at gmail.com. Get that up there too here. The Crystal Matchmakers. Okay. Show me something that you think that's back there.
It's right over there.
Joelle, Mark's chosen for you today.
Oh, let's see. I can't wait.
No, you go ahead.
I saw a peek of it.
And this one is listed on Etsy.
Oh, is that a
That's the
hemimorphite?
The camera.
Yeah, that's why I'm guiding your hand.
Put it aside. We got to talk about it. Look at my dress. I wore this special. It matches. Oh my gosh. The little piece of. I don't have a car payment.
You don't have a car payment?
I'm saying I got car payment. The little tiny piece of hemimorphite that I got online. Tiny sliver of a piece, smaller than this. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
It is. He's truly gorgeous. Truly, we got him from Singapore, and he was. I think he was sitting there waiting for us to pick him up. He's just frosty and juicy, and just looking at him. I mean, I have some personal hemimorphite pieces, but none with this coloring and this clarity.
And he sparkles a lot in the sun as well. So there's a druzy quality to it.
Oh, Tanya says he's got Bruce-side energy, which means big energy because she's big Bruce.
Big energy.
I know. I was holding my breath because I'm
He's very strong and assertive. Yes.
So hemimorphite, let's talk about hemimorphite because I purposely went out. It's so funny because when I got the crystal and posted it, it was actually hemimorphite day in the crystalline calendar.
Oh, that's interesting.
Gentleman, Justin Mokar. He brought in this. You have this deck, don't you? The liquid crystal oracle.
No.
Crystal oracle.
No, I don't.
Beautiful deck.
You introduced to me that deck to me.
Oh, I brought it over. It's a blue hemimorphite. He has a crystal calendar of the year kind of, and lines he posted on his Instagram. And the day I posted was Blue Hemimorphite Day. So it came into my life on its birthday in the chart or whatever. And but when I say I keep up with that crystal because I could easily lose it, it could go in the vacuum cleaner.
That's small. Okay.
It's very she said it looks like an ocean. That's why I love it.
It does.
We're gonna talk about big Hemi. Oh, that's a Hemi.
That's a Hemi. That's Mr. Heavy D here.
You know the way to my heart, Mark. Okay. He's a keeper. He's a keeper. That is beautiful. We're going to talk about that offline because you're hitting me with the big guns. I could see it already, but woo!
So, Mark, talk about hemimorphite. What does hemimorphite mean to you?
Hemimorphite has kind of a relaxing quality like Larimar does, but the energy is a lot stronger to me. So it kind of comes over you almost in, well, the ocean analogy is apt because it kind of comes over you in waves. So no, it's strong, but it's not overbearing, and it's relaxing but not sedating, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, Bessie says I'm blushing because I think I made a match. But real talk, flushing is a sign of blood rushing to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I am clearly connecting with the energy of the crystal. And it's funny, haha, but if you're shopping and you get a heat in your body or a sparkle out of your eye or a shiver, or this is an indicator.
Yeah.
There's something to be exchanged.
There's a connection, yeah.
In there. And it may be fleeting, only for a short period of time, but it will connect in a way that is permanently shifting,
Yeah.
For you. That's beautiful.
So you're looking at his aesthetics. Let me tell you a little bit about his character and his personality, to add to what Mark said, and maybe that's what you're going to probably find maybe connects you even more, is that we all have this, right? The self-deprecating thoughts of I'm not good enough, or Stockholm syndrome. No, sorry, not Stockholm syndrome. What's the syndrome?
Oh, imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, lack of confidence or self-esteem.
Well, hemimorphite shows you the picture of the realistic aspect of it, right? Hemi says, stop with the self-deprecating, but here is how you really are, who you really are, what you are really capable of. Let's get real. So while Hemi is very soothing, Hemi is very, relaxing, Hemi is also the get real.
So if you are being something,
yeah,
it will show you that gently.
Yeah.
So like if you're in an ego state, trigger, it will
let's get real.
That's you.
Let's get real. Yeah. So,
but in a soft way, you say,
yeah.
Oh my
So Hemi's
God.
the guy that, if you want someone to call you out, he'll call you out, but he'll call you out gently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
he's one of those charming guys that, calls you out to your face with that smile and that wink, and you're like, oh, I'm swooning, but he's actually calling me out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
beautiful. You have any personal experience?
Yes.
He said every crystal has a story, right? I mean, that is beautiful. We're going to talk afterwards. So, all right. So we've got. Is there anything else you want to show before we wrap it up?
No. If there are any questions anyone has.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we should say sounds like a hubby. Now, for all of our watchers, we actually have a crystal match. Like Mark and Alka, you just got married. You're only married a few months after a beautiful courtship. And so bringing these matches together, the two of you are well matched in your work here that you're doing and in the relationship. It's just beautiful. And I'm always excited for our time that we get to come together. So we will see you after Frankfurt, and we will put out an announcement if we don't get a June date night scheduled before your class launch. And we will definitely be back in and around your July showcase, since you tend to bring everything out for that kind of experience.
Yeah.
So I look forward to also getting a pretty package in the mail.
We look forward to sending it.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, thank you both. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful night, and we will see
too.
you on the next date night.
Thank
feel like I need a
Thank you, Joelle. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
or something. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.